Time of Gifts by Elizabeth Stott. In the side doorway to Loudon's warehouse, 3 prostitutes huddled. 2 were festive, with tinsel on their bleached heads. The third one, with darker hair, wore flashing reindeer horns. Foster was used to seeing them. The doorway was a regular place for picking up passing trade from the Dockland pubs, and he often saw girls there after work, emerging like hungry cats when a likely client approached. Coats shucked, smiles switched to main beam. But tonight, Christmas Eve, a spiteful scour of hailstones chilled his face, and the girls stayed under shelter. Relieved to escape the office and Loudon, Foster walked as quickly as he could towards where he'd left his car. It was Christmas Eve, and all Loudon could think of was his shipment. The courier's van had waited an hour, the driver muttering some not very festive wishes to both of them. Loudon had slipped the man a 20, with the promise of another if he was patient. Foster's car was parked half a street away, and all he wanted was to get home to his wife and kids before they decamped to her mother's. It wouldn't be the first time. She'd had cause enough. He'd show her the bottle of expensive brandy Loudon had given him. "Worth over £200, Loudon crowed. "Forgotten? By a client. Don't set light to this on your Christmas port, it will burn the bloody house down." Loudon had winked at Foster and touched the side of his nose. Forgetful people are the best kind. He peeled off 100 in notes to sweeten it. The reindeer antler girl fiddled with a cheap lighter, flicking it over and over. But the flame stayed tiny, like a solitary LED. She said, "Shit, shit, shit," with an accent that was not from round here, not even from this country. He felt sorry for her as a fellow addict, and brought out his Calibri, and flicked a healthy flame in her direction. It was Christmas Eve and frigging cold. A woman deserved a cig on Christmas Eve, even if she was a hooker. The flame lit up her face beneath the plastic reindeer horns. She was older than he first thought, but she was small. No more than 5'1" in bare feet, he guessed. Even in the 6-inch heels she wore, she looked like a child. "You a panther?" she asked, eyeing him up and down. The other girls looked at him hopefully. It had clearly been an evening of slim pickings. "Sorry, ladies, but I have a wife waiting for me at home." "Lucky woman," Reindeer Girl said. Foster couldn't tell if she was being sarcastic. The other girls were shivering. One clutched a pink mobile phone to her ear, waiting for someone to pick up on the other end. She had no gloves. The red tinsel she wore on her head looked mean, like a halo of barbed wire. At his scrutiny, Reindeer Girl said, "You sure you have got a wife?" "I left one at home this morning. She could have quit, I suppose." "Stupid man. You got kids?" "Yes." Pink phone girl wasn't getting a reply. "I got a kid," she said. "3 she is." He must have looked askance, for the third girl, one with sticky-looking lip gloss, said, "Woman's got to work. Can't bring kids up on benefits." Foster thought of his wife in the kitchen, elbow deep in the turkey. She should surely have called by now, wondering where the hell her husband was. But she hadn't phoned his office. He checked his mobile. There was no message, no missed call. Perhaps she really had gone to her mother's. It wouldn't take much for her to cut loose altogether. "I must get back," he said. My kids will wonder where I am." "Maybe your wife will too," Reindeer Girl said. Her antlers flopped downwards over her face. She sucked the life out of her cigarette. "My wife knew I had to work late," he lied. He He'd said he'd be home early to help with the last-minute shopping. Working late means different things, she said. Many men work late. Their wives aren't stupid. Don't ever think your wife is stupid. My wife knows I bring home the bacon. They never go short. In the background came the sound of police sirens. Foster ducked under the doorway into the darkness with the women, not wanting to be picked up for procurement. He didn't know if it was illegal anymore, but he didn't want questions. Remembering the bottle of brandy, probably smuggled in the plastic bag under his arm. Sticky Lips giggled. You sure you're not in the market for a Christmas cuddle? She mouthed kisses at him, her lips glinting in the light. He could smell the women in the small space. Smoke, sweat and perfume. Garlic. The smell of damp coats and the gunk women spray on their hair. He imagined other smells. Somehow he didn't expect prostitutes to smell like other women. Is that a present for your kids? The one with the phone asked, pointing at the carrier bag. The bottle dug like guilt into his ribs. No, Father Christmas brings presents for kids. This is a grown-up gift. Oh, Sticky Lips said. Naughty you. My kids don't believe in Father Christmas, Reindeer Girl said. Do they know what their mum does for a living? He asked, regretting his unkindness. They know they are going to get fed and no nasty man will come and hurt them, or their mother. Simply bugger off and leave them hungry. She looked at Foster as if he was a really bad person. Her antlers flashed an echo to the police car beacon. I'm a good dad. In the doorway with 3 hookers, hiding from the cops. I am not hiding from the cops. The siren notes became deafening in the small space as the police car passed on to the nearby main road. I bet this is not the first time you are working late. The LEDs on Reindeer Girl's antlers jiggled in the dark like guilty secrets. I'm going now. He hoped the police had gone, but this part of Dockland was often on their goodwill tours. The kids would have been bathed and ready for bed, overexcited, expecting Father Christmas, and most of all, their dad. His wife would be fuming. Foster imagined her cursing him down the phone to her mother, and her mother's "I told you so," the catalyst for packing the kids off to her place. He rang her mobile, but she didn't pick up. I said she didn't pick up. Maybe your wife has walked out after all, Reindeer Girl said, stamping the butt of her cigarette under her foot. She's probably busy. It's Christmas Eve, for fuck's sake. If I was your wife, I would be suspicious. You out late, talking to women like us? It's surely not the first time. Sticky Lips pulled her coat over her glittery top, shivering. Foster saw a tattoo on her neck. Or maybe it was a bruise. I'm a responsible father. The police car swept past again, the sirens still going. They must have been looking for bigger prey than prostitutes. We know about responsible fathers, said Pink Phone. How do you think we got to be responsible mothers? I stood by my wife. We've got 3 kids. Maybe your house catches fire, said Reindeer Girl. You're a laugh a minute, Foster replied. Ladybird, ladybird, fly away home, Pink Phone Girl sang. Your house is on fire and your children are gone. Foster reached into his coat and brought out his wallet. A picture of his wife and kids flashed in the streetlights. He covered it with his hand and took out his bonus from Loudon. Ill-gotten gains without a doubt. His wife wouldn't know. The whole £100. He thrust it at them. Buy your kids some presents. Go home for Christmas. For fuck's sake, go home. The bottle of brandy dug into his side. He stepped from the doorway and the hail fell like stones. Hard enough